Striped bass, better known as stripers, are one of the most iconic fish along the Atlantic coast. From Maine all the way down to North Carolina, they're prized by fishermen and play an important role in coastal ecosystems. But climate change is affecting the waters that these fish call home, and that's changing striped bass. Overview of the fish. Striped bass, Monrome saxdalis, also called the striper, is an anadromous fish of the family Moroidae, found primarily along the Atlantic coast of North America. It is a streamlined, silvery body marked with dark stripes running from behind the gills to the base of its tail. Common mature sizes of striped bass range between 20 to 40 pounds, according to a NOAA Fisheries article from 2025. Climate change is a long-term shift in Earth's average weather patterns, primarily caused by human activities such as burning fossil fuels that release greenhouse gases. These gases trap heat, raising the global temperature, which leads to significant impacts like the melting of glaciers, rising sea levels, and more frequent extreme weather events, according to a report from the United Nations. Impacts on striped bass. Over the past few decades, ocean temperatures have been rising as a result of climate change. Striped bass prefer cooler waters, around 55 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. As coastal waters warm, they're being forced to move north and into deeper, fresher waters. This shift means more striped bass are now being found farther north, in places like the Gulf of Maine, while southern populations, like those near the Chesapeake Bay, are declining. This doesn't just affect fishermen. It disrupts entire food webs and ecosystems. Striped bass are top predators and rely on bait fish. But when temperatures change, so does the timing of the prey's migration. Sometimes the food doesn't show up when the bass do, creating a mismatch that makes survival very difficult, especially for young fish. This information comes from the Chesapeake Bay Foundation. Climate change also affects spawning. Striped bass lay eggs in freshwater rivers, and warmer water can reduce egg survival. Heavy rainfall creates low oxygen pockets that will suffocate eggs and young fish. Warm water also increases metabolic rates, making these fish much more active and hungry. Because striped bass are ectothermic, meaning their body temperature is dependent on the environment, these changes affect their metabolism, growth, reproduction, and the overall distribution of the species, according to McGill's Climate Forum. A hopeful outlook. It's not all bad news. Conservation groups, scientists, and fishermen are working together to protect habitats, reduce pollution, and adapt to a changing climate. Efforts like restoring river access, limiting fishing pressure, and reducing nutrient runoff can all help striped bass recover. The Yale Environment Forum suggested these changes. A conclusion. The striped bass have survived centuries of change, from overfishing to habitat loss. With continued science, conservation, and sustainability efforts, we can help this remarkable fish thrive for generations to come in the face of climate change.